Today on Historia Gaia.
Over the years, commentators have compared the Nazi leader to Napoleon, Philip of Macedon, and Nebuchadnezzar, but why these comparisons? Adolf Hitler is one of the most well-known, and reviled, figures in history. As the leader of Nazi Germany, he orchestrated both World War II and the Holocaust, events that led to the deaths of at least 40 million people. Adolf Hitler was almost Adolf Schicklgruber, or Adolf Himmler. His father, Alois, was born out of wedlock to Maria Anna Schicklgruber and given her surname. However, when he was about 40 years old, Alois decided to adopt the last name of his stepfather, Johann Georg Himmler, who some speculated was actually his biological father. On the legal documents, Hitler was given as the new last name, though the reason for the spelling change is unknown. Alois Hitler was married twice and had several children before taking Clara Polzl as his third wife. The couple had 6 children, though only Adolf and the sister reached adulthood. Adolf had a difficult relationship with his father, who died in 1903, but he adored his mother and was reportedly grief-stricken by her death from breast cancer in 1907.
Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in the small Austrian town of Braun on the Inn River along the Bavarian-German border. The son of an extremely strong-willed Austrian customs official, his early youth seems to have been controlled by his father until his death in 1903. Adolf soon became rebellious and began failing at school. He finally left formal education altogether in 1905 and began his long years of aimless existence, reading, painting, wandering in the woods, and dreaming of becoming a famous artist. In 1907, when his mother died, he moved to Vienna in an attempt to enroll in the famed Academy of Fine Arts. His failure to gain admission that year and the next led him into a period of deep depression as he drifted away from his friends. It was during this time of feeling rootless that Hitler first became fascinated by the immense potential of mass political manipulation. He was particularly impressed by the successes of the anti-Semitic, or anti-Jewish, nationalist Christian Socialist Party of Vienna Mayor Karl Lueger, 1844–1910. Lueger's party efficiently used propaganda, spreading a message through literature and the media, and mass organization. Hitler began to develop the extreme anti-Semitism and racial mythology that were to remain central to his own ideology, and that of the Nazi Party. In May 1913, Hitler returned to Munich, and after the outbreak of World War I, 1914–18, a year later, he volunteered for action in the German army in their war against other European powers and America. During the war he fought on Germany's Western Front with distinction but gained no promotion beyond the rank of corporal. Injured twice, he won several awards for bravery, among them the highly respected Iron Cross First Class.
The end of the war left Hitler without a place or goal and drove him to join the many veterans who continued to fight in the streets of Germany. In the spring of 1919, he found employment as a political officer in the army in Munich with the help of an adventurer soldier by the name of Ernst Röhm, 1887–1934, later head of Hitler's elite soldiers, the Storm Troopers. In this capacity Hitler attended a meeting of the so-called German Workers' Party, a nationalist, anti-Semitic, and socialist group, in September 1919. He quickly distinguished himself as this party's most popular and impressive speaker and propagandist, and he helped to increase its membership dramatically to some 6,000 by 1921. In April of that year he became Führer, leader of the renamed National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, the official name of the Nazi Party. The poor economic conditions of the following years contributed to the rapid growth of the party. By the end of 1923, Hitler could count on a following of some 56,000 members and many more sympathizers, and regarded himself as a strong force in Bavarian and German politics. Hitler hoped to use the crisis conditions to stage his own overthrow of the Berlin government. For this purpose he staged the Nazi beer hall putsch of November 8–9, 1923, by which he hoped to force the conservative nationalist Bavarian government to cooperate with him in a march on Berlin. The attempt failed, however. Hitler was tried for treason, high crimes against one's country, and given the rather mild sentence of a year's imprisonment in the old fort of Landsberg. It was during this prison term that many of Hitler's basic ideas of political strategy and tactics matured. Here he outlined his major plans and beliefs in Mein Kampf, which he dictated to his loyal confidant Rudolf Hess. He planned the reorganization of his party, which had been outlawed and had lost much of its appeal. After his release, Hitler reconstituted the party around a group of loyal followers who were to remain the center of the Nazi movement and state.
With the German war effort collapsing, Hitler withdrew almost entirely from the public. His orders became increasingly erratic, and he refused to listen to advice from his military counselors. He dreamed of miracle bombs and suspected betrayal everywhere. Under the slogan of total victory or total ruin, the entire German nation, from young boys to old men, often barely equipped or trained, was mobilized and sent to the front. After an unsuccessful assassination attempt on July 20, 1944, by a group of former leading politicians and military men, Hitler's reign of terror further tightened. In the last days of the Nazi rule, with the Russian troops in the suburbs of Berlin, Hitler entered into a last stage of desperation in his underground bunker in Berlin. He ordered Germany destroyed, believing it was not worthy of him. He expelled his trusted lieutenants Heinrich Himmler and Hermann Göring from the party and made a last, theatrical appeal to the German nation. Adolf Hitler committed suicide on April 30, 1945, leaving behind a legacy of evil and terror unequaled by any leader in the modern world.